go. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Gentlemen's Guide.
Yo, what's good? What's good? This is your boy B Barnes. This is the Gentleman's Guide podcast where we seek to unpack manhood one day at a time.
Hey man, what's happening, man? It's your boy Seti, man. We back at it again, man. It's been a little minute, B.
Yeah, we had to get our bearings right, man. You
had to get the bearings right, man. Family vacations, you know,
yes,
and so it's been a minute, man. It's good to see you, brother.
Same, man. Same. Yeah, we back at it again. We got a special guest today. Before we dive into the guests, you know we gotta do what we do, man. We gotta
yes,
do what
sir.
we do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you drinking today, brother?
I got a little old Raleigh blended rye. I'm not,
okay.
And typically I don't know.
It's a little blur. Yeah,
I'll put it on the other camera and it'll be on the recording. But Old Raleigh Savage Rye. Typically I don't go for the rye because it kind of gives a little bite on the end. But I bought this specifically because the master blender at Old Raleigh, he who's the owner, he is an NC State grad. You know, I'm an NC State grad, and this one specifically is the Savage Rye Wolves, which is part of it. The proceeds from the purchases of this specific label goes to the NIL collective at NC State.
Okay.
So, you know, former athlete, Quan D, I'm a former football player, so I got to support my guys, you know what I'm saying? So that's really the story behind this one right here, you know what I'm saying?
10-4. Man, and see, I just cracked up. This is the first crack right here. First crack of Four Roses, small batch select. So, you know, I gotta give you the fresh crack, the fresh crack sound.
Yes, sir.
The fresh crack. That's
yes,
fresh
sir.
crack. Quan, you drink?
Nah, man, not anymore, man.
Okay. Well,
I was on the bourbon when I was though, so
okay. All right.
Respect it.
Yeah, for sure. But cheers, man. Cheers to the Gentleman's Guide. Cheers. We back in the lab, man. We about to get it popping, man. So before we dive into Quan and his journey, cheers,
yes,
bro.
Cheers, man. Bless up.
Yeah, that right back.
I pulled me a double. Good Lord. Hold on now. I poured a double. Woo.
All right, man. So let's get it cracking, man. We got special guests on the pod today, who is hailing from the great state of North Carolina. Quan D. Wiggins, who's a comedian, writer, videographer, kind of do a little bit of everything. I seen your IG kind of scroll through your videos, man. You a funny guy, bro. You're a funny guy.
Yeah.
Let the people know who you are, where you're from, how you got to where you got to. Go from there, my brother.
Okay, appreciate you, brother. Thank y'all for having me on. Quan Wiggins, man. I grew up in Durham, North Carolina, man, and went to college at NCCU, HBCU.
Eagle Pride.
That's right. You know what's crazy? I lived in New York for like 13 years. And so coming back home, I got unused to people doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
HBC, like I've even done shows and people do that, and I'm like, wait, I wasn't expecting y'all to talk right there. So
Right.
Yeah, it's getting back used to the culture because in New York, you almost have to explain to people like what an HBCU is, or they're like, oh, that's a cool experience because it's just not the local culture like it is here. Yeah, man.
That's interesting.
I'm a stand-up comedian. I started on campus, which is really crazy how that happened, man. But I started on campus, and then from there I would do the homecoming shows and a few local shows. And I went to New York, and did my journey in New York for years, competitions, comedy festivals, all the comedy clubs, short films, so forth and so on.
Fire.
Yeah, man. I'm back in the area trying to reconnect with home.
Yeah.
So trying to link up with you guys.
Before we dive into the origins, what's the different types of festivals and competitions? What kind of run down the gauntlet of that list?
Okay, well, so essentially they have like these opportunities for comedians to like make your name in the city. Okay. So in 2018, there used to be a club in New York called Caroline's Comedy Club, which is not there anymore. It went out of business during the pandemic. But this was like a huge club back in the day. You can look up all the classics. All the greats have like done weekends there or whatever. And so they would have this comedy competition. And that year, I think I went to the third round of that competition.
Fire.
But the whole purpose of these competitions is to get seen. So once I got to the third round and the club saw me, they said, okay, well, you can work at the club now. So that's how I got into that club. And then later in that year, they invited me to audition for the New York Comedy Festival. So I got that. And in between that, I had been planting seeds at New York Comedy Club. So then I did the competition at New York Comedy Club, their house competition. I won that one. And from getting the audition for New York Comedy Festival, I was in the New York's Funniest Finalists showcased on the New York Comedy Festival. I didn't win that one, but again, this is I think Josh Johnson won that one. And, probably, maybe, I'm not sure if you know him or not. You know Josh Johnson?
I don't think so.
Comedian, Daily Show writer.
I probably know his face. If he's
but he does a lot of current events on YouTube.
Okay.
Like, he killed it.
Okay.
Like, yeah, Josh is doing his thing, man. So, I didn't win, but I didn't lose against no bum. So, I'm not mad.
Facts.
For sure.
Yeah.
This was like an opportunity for industry people to see you. So, again, once I did all that, from there, before that, because I'm working like most of like the open mics, the underground stuff in New York. So, once I had that run, then I'm like booked at whatever club in the city after that. So, that was how I got my end.
Just going through some of your things, man. I like the style in which you approach. I have my opinion on it. What I think your approach is to some of your comedy. What is your take? I mean, what is your, like, when you approach certain things that you want to talk about or make people laugh about? How do you approach those specific topics?
I mean, my favorite thing is to make shit that's not funny.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I was. Yeah,
I like to talk about something and then just make it humorous in what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's really about me like expressing things that I see and think about, things that make me mad, things with society. I mean, I throw some impersonations in there too.
Yeah.
But like I know I posted like my police brutality thing.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
I'm sitting in the apartment, doing lockdown, and you watch everything that's going on. I'm just pissed off. I'm not an activist. So then you kind of go like, how can I do my part? Then I say, hey, well, I can create a type of messaging through my comedy to spread a sense of expression of how this feels. And then two, again, I'm not an activist, but maybe I can have an idea or perspective that can inspire a activist. Similar like watch Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was talking that real. Now, he wasn't an activist, but I'm sure if you saw that stuff when you were like one of those political persons and you see that, you go, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Let's do something about this. So that's my arena.
I think that is a form of activism. If you look at the the definition of it, bringing awareness for others that are not in your set group, you're bringing awareness to it, for individuals that can't see it directly. So how do you show them and shine light onto this said topic with your voice and your platform? I really think that's a definition of activism. It may not be the form in which activism where you're protesting and you're on the front lines, but you're using your voice and your platform, to shine awareness. LeBron James and all of them are, will we not consider them an activist? I mean, I think so, because, standing, kneeling during the national anthem, that's a form of activism, So I think there are many different titles and I guess segments of activism, and it just doesn't have to be what we're so used to. And I think that's
it don't have to look the same.
The norm.
Everybody.
The norm. Yeah. And I know, and I don't want to give you your credit because I hear you say you're not an activist, but I think that is.
Well, yeah, and to that point, it's like that's really the gist of what we want to do here at the Gentleman's Guide. It's like we want to shine light on black men doing their thing and whatever they're doing. And we're combating the notion of black men being one way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's essentially this is our form of activism, if you will. You know what I'm saying? But moving on to, you said you mentioned you started doing shows back in college, man. Is that the first time that you've ever jumped into the water and just sink or swim? I'm just gonna do this because this is what I feel like. What made you take that leap, man?
Yeah, man. Man, that's it's so many layers to that, bro. Because for me, I guess for many people, man, college was a real like finding myself thing. I started college on the bench at Winston-Salem State football, right?
What
And
years?
then
What years did you? I'm sorry. What years did you?
you trying to date me, man?
I'm just trying to figure. Hey, you may. I know
Hey,
we know the same people. You already know.
hey, yo.
Hey man, shout out to my people at Central, man. Yo, we was talking earlier, man. Shout out to my boy Sean.
That's
So
a connection,
I
right?
think that's what he was. Yeah.
If I was in college with Sean, then that gives you some dates.
Yeah.
You got me about a few years, probably at least.
Hey man. The man said stop trying to date him, bro. You still trying to dig.
I ain't about to hit you with the Kevin Hart Don Cheadle. Damn.
Bro.
But my bad, bro. I ain't mean to cut off. I just had to,
It's all good, man. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind when I retell these stories. But yeah, and then I ended up at Central, and you find yourself. So I started throwing parties, right?
Yep.
And I don't know, it just got to a point where it was successful, but it just didn't feel like it yet.
Yeah.
Did college theater, and then I did a few plays. I'm kind of hanging around campus, and I think I was hanging out. We'll just be goofy with people in my friend group, and then someone was like, "Yo, you should do stand up," and I was like, okay, I'll try it. And because at that time I didn't, you think you're funny, but I didn't think I could be a stand up. So it was just on my to-do list. And finally, about towards the end of the year, one of my college professors actually had like an open mic. It was a music open mic and comedians would come. So I did that open mic. And I mean, beforehand, man, the part that really like touches my heart, bro, especially going to HBCU, is in preparing for that open mic and I'm writing my sets, dude. I was practicing my jokes with random groups in the student union. Like people would like come to their dorm room or their apartment and just gather around and like let me practice my jokes. So it's just like,
hey, that's fire, bro.
Yeah, man. Like that school is what gave me the confidence and the comfort to do stand up. And
for sure.
Yeah, man. Doing the Wild Out Wednesdays there, and eventually the homecomings. Like, yeah, and then my last homecoming. Yeah, I'll say that. You had a question?
No, I was just gonna say.
Hold on. Look like you was about to.
Go ahead. I ain't said.
Look like you said my last homecoming. Sound like you was about to go down the rabbit hole.
No, it was just such a beautiful moment.
Okay.
Because they were about to have a homecoming comedy show that year.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And, then they finally decided to put one together like the last minute. So they called me like the day before, can you do the show? I said, of course I can do the show. And at that time, the school didn't have an auditorium, so the shows would be in the gym. And so it was like half full. Yeah. The host calls me to the stage. Everybody in the gym like rushes up to the front of the stage and support. And I was just like, wow.
Beautiful moment. Beautiful.
That's a beautiful thing, man. And we gonna let you know.
One thing black people gonna do.
We gonna let you know.
We gonna let you know whether you're good or you're bad.
Yeah. I even got booed at my college.
Yeah, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Yeah. We was about to get into. That was gonna be the next question.
The bad and the good and the
good and the bad, man.
Yeah. Black people will let you know, man. Like, so again, this is a Wild Out Wednesday. This is my first year in comedy, so it's kind of a guessing game. You just saying stuff that I don't know, just saying stuff. And man, I'm wilding at this point, bro. And I'm just saying like stuff, right? And you could hear the tension, man. I had a horrible joke, bro. I remember I had this joke about, goodness, man. I'm almost ashamed to even say it, but it was like, I was like, you ever see the Muslim chicks with the little thing like that? I was like, yeah, man, you can't, I don't even want to say the whole thing, but I said something about like, but I'll just say this. I won't do the whole thing, but I made a comparison between pork and vajayjay. I'll say it like that. Huh. So you see the room is tense.
Yeah.
It's tense, right?
Are you trying to break that tension? Yeah.
I don't know. No, I'm not trying to break it. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying stuff.
Gotcha.
And so there was this blind guy on campus. And then I said, you ever see that guy with a little stick? That little dude like this? Boo! Yeah. And then I'm like, I'm gonna bring it back. Boo!
man.
No, listen. Because the joke wasn't me. I was gonna say, yo, I skipped him in the food line, and he hit me with that stick and was like, nigga, I see you. That was it. Nothing mean. I couldn't even get it out. Woo!
Damn.
And I ran out that building, man. And yeah, that's all I could do was get off the stage, man. And it was such an embarrassing moment. I remember being in Walmart and the cashier looked at me and was like, yo, ain't you the nigga that tried to joke on the blind dude? Yeah, man.
So
do you remember the first time like you got that standing ovation? It was like, yeah, this is it right here.
Right.
Like,
I mean, it was probably like the earlier Wild Out Wednesday, because that one was in the fall, and I did one at school on that Wednesday. And you know, you're playing at the B and Duke auditorium, right? It was like 1,000 people. I've been doing comedy a month and a half, maybe 2 months, and
that's big.
Yeah, and they're all laughing. So, yeah, I mean, that was the moment that made me feel like I was a comedian. Then I tried to open for Kevin Hart after that, and it didn't work out. But you know, because you
say like, you tried to you.
So yeah, what's the story behind that?
Yeah, wait, whoa, we're not gonna run past like that. We just didn't say that.
Go past what you just said. You didn't say what you just said.
You opened for Kevin Hart?
No. I tried to.
Oh, I see what you said.
No. I tried to.
Keyword.
He was gonna do a show at Clark Atlanta. A friend of mine, like, do the student and government people.
Yeah.
So we had arranged it so that they would let me go on the show. But I'm telling everybody, like, yeah, you know, I'm about to open for Kevin Hart. Damn. Kevin Hart has no idea who I am. I was just gonna go first, but then that show got canceled, so I couldn't even do it.
Dang.
Yeah. But I'm glad it did, because that was too new to be exposed like on that
on such a high level.
Yeah. I should have been nowhere near that anyway. Yeah. But you know, when you're young and you have a moment like that, you shoot for the stars. You don't know nobody. So
Yeah.
Man, so I view comedy as storytelling, because when you go back to that when old boy was booing you, most of the time when people booing you is because when you telling the story, niggas like, hey bro, get to the point. I'm waiting for the boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? To make me either think, laugh, do something, or some type of reaction. When you talk about the heavy topics, the race, the politics, and you put your spin on it in a comedic way, like, is it more personal? Is it worldview? Like, what is the approach in terms of the heavy topics, you know, of life?
I think it's a combination, but the main point of it is to tell the truth.
Yeah.
And when you kind of linger on the truth, and the truth is, it depends on what your truth is. Meaning that some people tell jokes like, you know how they say like, don't do that, it's offensive. 90% of the time, if you're not like a person who does shock humor, your true opinion on the thing is not offensive. You may have to take some time to dig it out so that you say it how you mean it. But if you say things how you mean it, people don't usually turn away from it. But they may disagree with it, which is great for me, because the more tension a statement creates, the better I can misdirect. So
yeah. I think of as if something is funny, if a joke is funny enough, a lot of times people tend to overlook, you know, their personal opinion, because like, hey, this is actually funny. You know what I'm saying? But I think about it like this, Seti, and you correct me if I'm wrong. I've heard the statement when people say women make exceptions for guys that they like. So they got this laundry list of certain things they prefer in a man or a partner or whatever. But you're going to make the exception for the one that you really like or that you actually like. I think the same thing applies to comedy, and like, or at least from the consumer perspective, where you're like, this is my thought process on this topic, but damn, that was funny. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's how I kind of look at it.
I mean, yeah, man. I think to me that's the fun of it, because there are going to be people who agree with you and people who disagree with you. Yeah. And I really enjoy finding like that line to make a person who disagrees laugh. I remember like during the pandemic, I had came down and did a show in Spring Hope, North Carolina.
Ooh, you was out here in the country, boy. In the country.
And this town literally looks like the set of every civil rights movie.
Oh no, we very familiar with Spring Hope.
Like the railroad tracks.
Bro, we are very familiar with Spring Hope.
Very, very familiar.
Like everything included, the diner and everything, right? And you know, I'm doing my police stuff, and I think at that time I was doing a joke about like protesting the police, and I was like, "Y'all protest?" And some dude was like, "Hell no!" Right? We love our police. He's going on with that. I said, "You love the police?" He's like, "Yeah, we love the police." And I said, "Well, how come white people don't love the police when they get arrested?" And he was like, "God damn, motherfucker, you got me."
That is right.
Right there. And then, you know, so again, I called him out. Man, by the end of the show, this dude called me over, and I'm scared because he's going back and forth with me. And I'm in Spring Hope, North Carolina.
Yeah.
He was like, "Man, goddamn, man, you goddamn funny. I'm trying to tell you, man." He's like, reach right here. I was like, "Hey," he's like, "I ain't no queer." He tells me to reach right here, and he makes me touch his gun. He's like, "Man, you goddamn funny." He said, "If anybody come here and bust you, man, I'll shoot that motherfucker dead, man. I'm trying to tell you."
Hey, that's crazy, bro. That's
okay.
Crazy.
You could have laughed at that good show, but all right. So
that's crazy. They let him in there with a gun, though.
Hey, it's Spring Hope. We talking about Spring
South,
Hope now.
It's the South. People got guns, bro. But
no.
But yeah, I thought that was really. And he was, you know, we really had a conversation about like how the media actually plays a part in keeping us separate. Though sometimes we may disagree.
Yeah.
People aren't actually at each other's throats in the way that the media portrays it. And I was like, yo,
that's what propaganda does.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's really fun when somebody that disagrees, I bring them overboard because again, I'm a comedian. I'm not here to make you angry. I'm just here to end at whatever I say in the punchline. So
yeah. So real quick, me and Brandon, we went to Bun High. So Bun is like one of the next towns over to Spring Hope.
Yeah.
So so when you say we're
very familiar with this area, with that area.
Yeah, we very familiar with Spring Hope, man.
Okay, like y'all was getting chased by white people familiar or?
Just in terms of the geographical location.
Okay.
I ain't got no entanglements.
I ain't got nothing like that
with those people in that way.
I don't know how y'all feel being from there, but just in my little experience there, it looks racist, but the people are actually really nice.
Well, the thing about North Carolina, and I can't speak for South Carolina, but specifically North Carolina is you got a lot of people who is like really nice,
underline racist
in your face, very nice, very humbled, come across. They'll give you the shirt off their back, and they still.
You still a nigga.
Yeah. It's weird, bro, and that's where we grew up. So it's like it's normal to us, but like North Carolina specifically, bro, like at least Central, Eastern North Carolina, Northern too, I would say it's a lot of nice people. I would say that.
No, it's a lot of nice racist.
What I mean, that was really for nice people, but we say the same thing. Yeah.
One of the experiences that I have, and I never forget it, man. Just being from here, you know, me and Brandon we both played high school football, and you know we live in a predominantly white area, you know, in crops, you know, all types, but our sports team is predominantly black. Mm-hmm. And I never forget it was a booster club member. I had a good game on this Friday night, but on Saturdays I had to wake up early and go, you know, work at the food line, bagging grocery. So that Friday night, I never forget. This booster club member, you know, he said, "Hey man, you know, you had a great game, man. Keep playing like that. We can get a lot of recruits here, man. I mean, we get a lot of scouts here, man. You know, keep it up." I said, "Oh man, damn, that's what's up." Saturday morning, I go doing what I normally do. So the same booster club member in my line, I said, "Hey, how you doing?" Looks at me as if I'd never seen me a day in my life. Doesn't say a word to me, doesn't acknowledge me, and walks out. I said, that was my first time I've ever experienced like blatant like disregard to who I was as a black, and then a black boy.
Yeah, he talked to you when you in your uniform.
When I'm in my uniform, or when he wants to look good amongst his other, booster club members. And to me, as I look back on it, years later, it was just like, wow, like, damn, this.
Yeah.
I hope it's still not going on like that, but then you don't want to be naive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the same way. I can recall a lot of times where, as an adult, you kind of flash back and you're like, there was a lot of things that I didn't catch because I was just young and naive and didn't know, But we know now. So
yeah.
Move accordingly.
That's the weird thing about the South is it's outside. So like you said, this is life. You don't even notice. Like when we were throwing parties, where this really happened with my boys, where they're trying to like get a venue, and the venue's like, no, we don't want to work with y'all. So then they sent a white boy in there to get the venue, and then they just brought all the people in there, but then they let the white dude. And I was telling somebody this in New York, and they was like, Quan, that's fucked up. I was like, no, it's just how we gotta move. And I was like, oh. Yeah. Because I grew up I was just used to like the things that we had to do to navigate that I didn't even realize how just in your face racist that was. And like, the other things that we just have to deal with here that you just kind of, when you grew up you just don't even
you don't have to deal with elsewhere.
Yeah.
And Sean was speaking on that a little bit too. He was speaking on that heavy actually.
Yeah.
Just how it is as a promoter and throwing parties, and how certain business and establishments don't want to work with you because of the color of your skin. But they will, he found ways to, get around it. And for him, it was more of a, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you type of thing. And he's had the success like that. So, very similar. And it sounds like it's still prevalent, in that space as well.
Yeah. Diving that back into the comedy, man, like,
yeah, we did get sidetracked there.
I mean, it is. That's how we do. But diving that back into the comedy, we talk about. I mentioned all the heavy topics. How do you determine what's funny and what's too far, or like, is I guess my question is, are there any untouchable topics for you as a comic?
The only untouchable topic for me is I won't tell a joke where, how do you say it? It's disrespectful to Black women. Probably like the only thing I won't touch.
Yeah, that's dope, man. But babe, drop a bomb for that one. Man.
That's a bomb for that one. Yeah, because even I think like, during election season, somebody was like, you should do something about Kamala. And I was like, you know what I mean? I was like, if I could think of something where she was not the butt of the joke, then I would have. But I was like, I can't. I can't do something if she's gonna be the butt of the joke. So
yeah. Yep. That's dope, man.
Ain't mad at you.
What protecting Black women looks like.
Do you have a clip, a reel, or anything online that kind of blew up unexpectedly that maybe you personally didn't think it was that funny, but it just blew up for whatever reason?
Yeah, well, two, which is weird. Both of them were in the same energy, interestingly, which is not like my favorite thing to do. Yeah. So I have a joke, a clip on Instagram where I'm trying to I'm working out something, right? So I'm just like, I'm working out something about mental health. So I'm like, anybody ever been sad for a long period of time? This woman in the crowd was like, yes. So anybody ever been disinterested? And she's like, yes. And then I pause and I'm like, wait, are you okay? And then the audience laughs at that or whatever, right? And so that shocked me because I'm sitting, to me, it was just a little crowd work clip, nothing much. It was just unexpected and blah, blah, right? But that's the one that gets, it's like, what I think in most of it's gotten like 750K views on IG. And that's the one that gets shared and gets me the most followers. And I'm just like, why does the algorithm want me to be sad, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Crazy, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I guess that's like relatable. So many people, a lot of women in the comments like, oh my gosh, I'm her, she's me, or blah, blah, shout out to the girl. Yeah. And I've heard that some women saw the way I handled it, even though I like jokingly said, are you okay? Some women saw that as emotional intelligence, because I guess you could argue that I could have like berated her or embarrassed her, but I mean, I'm talking about me being sad, so it wouldn't make sense for me to just like, hammer on her. But that one, and then I had another one that on YouTube, which is like, I did like somebody invited me to do a storytelling show, and I didn't really have no story, so I just was like, I just went out there and just said some stuff. So I told a story about a breakup with a girl, and I'm being vulnerable with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it worked so well that day. I said, okay. So I did it the next day at the show, a traditional stand-up show, and it worked well again. So I put that set on YouTube and I titled it "Bad Bitches Make Me Nervous." And yeah, I think it only went up like maybe 30K views on YouTube, but people were in the comments just like relatable, and you have some women in the comments. Finally, a comedian who doesn't disrespect Black women, and yeah, man, just again, that wasn't a tight set. It wasn't like worked out jokes. I was just on stage, just kind of. I talked about that, talked about aging, talked about like dieting, and just I was just literally just talking. It was not a structured set.
Yeah. Right.
People responded to it.
How do you feel about internet comedy right now? Where individuals are, blowing up on comedy or using skits and comedy?
I don't know. I think it's kind of weird for a person like myself who learned stand up in a disciplined format, mm-hmm. meaning that you do it live and you keep working a joke until it hits, mm-hmm. and then you show it. But now it's this era of just showing like the unfinished product. And so that's kind of like, what do you mean show the unfinished? I need to work on this first. Mm-hmm. And then I think the biggest thing I think it's cool in a way. Again, it's not necessarily how I just like being disciplined, but my biggest thing that I actually dislike about it is the evil algorithm. And that's because it's just too controlling. Yeah. Because the algorithm has a very specific, like you have to be here, 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 or we're just not going to show you shit.
Yeah.
And I do an expressive type of comedy, meaning that the things that are on my mind, sometimes I don't think about a joke before I say it on stage. I'm just on stage and the things that are on my mind, I say it, then eventually I shake that. So with the algorithm, that's kind of the challenge for me right now is like, how do I be an artist and bow to the algorithm? Because it's like it's not expression. It's them saying, do it like this or
you're not going to,
Yeah.
So. And to that, I say, and I think that's what I hate about the internet. And I can go down a rabbit hole about this, but you just touched on a lot of things. Yeah, you just touched on a lot of things that I absolutely hate, and it has nothing to do with really comedy. It's just the overall aspect of the internet, and if you're not hitting, like you said, hitting those points, if you're not, if it's not negative enough, if it's not, demeaning enough, or if it's not like
doesn't evoke enough
trauma, you don't have this many followers, then you're not gonna reach the audience in which you're trying to target. Where you're putting something out that's that you're working on your craft at X, Y, and Z, and because this bot or whomever controls this narrative that they want to put out, they're going to put, something that, some random person said about X, Y, and Z that has absolutely nothing to do with nothing versus, hey, I'm actually putting a message out here and it actually can reach some people and it has a message out here and I'm trying to reach those people. That's going to get overlooked versus, this negative over here. You know what I'm saying? And I literally just thought about that this morning and wanted to post. I don't do a lot of posts, but like what I wanted to say this morning, like what do people get off of reposting negativity all the time? Like you go down social media and you just see so much negativity. Like what do people get off by picking up their phone, recording somebody getting in an accident, somebody fighting, somebody, X, Y, and Z? Like what do you get off? But you look on it, they already got 30 minutes, 500,000 views on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a challenge, meaning because I think there's a part of us as humans that if you see a car crash, you're gonna look, right?
That's why it creates traffic on the road
and,
at the same time.
And that's right on the internet too, right?
Right.
Which we get it. It's the negative. Somebody's gonna look, but the issue is with the algorithms. Bro, that's not all I am. That's not all I want to see. Yeah. You're right. I am gonna look at the accident, but then let me bro, before 2020, like YouTube became my favorite channel. I really love history stuff. And it got to a point where it would just show me all these history documentaries. Now, so I sit there and just watch this stuff and learn. And then when it became this, just look at stuff, I see the gossip stuff, and I'm like, bro, you get what I'm saying?
When did I click on that? I didn't click on that.
I'm not.
I didn't search for that.
Want to see this. You get what I'm trying to describe, and I feel like the algorithm has prioritized. You're right. People will stop and look at this, but this isn't the whole shebang. This isn't the whole thing, but it's treating it.
Yeah, that's the enormous part, and just the tip of the iceberg in terms of the rabbit hole that we're talking about is.
Yeah. Me and Brandon talk about this all.
So many
the time.
things. I mean, you talking about dating, men versus women, that whole spiel, and what do you all
50 relationships,
all that. It's so all annoying, man. It's so annoying.
And
that
had me for a while, the 50-50 relationship thing. I remember I was talking to this woman. I was like, man, these women out here, they just want this. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. This happened to you. Who have you been dating? I was like, okay, like one chick said it, but it's so I'm arguing with the internet because I see it so much that it's become my perception before I even approach a woman that didn't even do that yet. And it's like, oh goodness, bro, it's gotta. Yeah,
the internet is becoming like the worst politician ever. It's like you're just promoting propaganda to divide all of us and have everybody at each other's throats. That's what it's become. You know what I'm saying? And it's and that's why it's important. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, just from a personal standpoint, that's why it's important for people like me and Massetti, who we try to impart that kind of slide in between the craziness. It's like, yo, the Gentleman's Guide, we ain't your typical podcast that when people say men should stop having podcasts, they talk about they're not talking about the Gentleman's Guide. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to be, the change that we want to see in terms of like how people view black men overall. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some. It's gonna be some. When they say niggas ain't shit, it's like, bro, there are a lot of ain't shit dudes out here. We know this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But there also, I'm here too. I'm Seti here, and a lot of guys that we come in contact with, they share similar values, and that's what we trying to spread, bro. Like, that's just what we about.
We trying to get that algorithm down in.
Yeah.
Right.
We got to balance it out a little bit. You know what I mean?
Man, we need that, bro. The changes that they need with that algorithm is like insane, man. Like, it's racist for one.
Yeah.
Or I won't use the word racist because I want people to hear my message.
It's one-sided. It's
not tuned for diverse audiences, which I believe as a business, you could increase your business revenue by catering to the audience, but instead, the black audience is kind of thrown to the side. Like, I even tried to run some ads on Facebook, and it does interest clusters. And I'm like, okay, I want to reach the pro-black people. It didn't have it.
Wow.
If I want to look for anything white philosophically, it was there. Aristotle, anything you wanted was all there. I'm like, Frederick Douglass, Malcolm X. None of it's there. You kind of go like, well, dang, if I'm a marketer and I'm trying to reach this audience segment, Dr. Umar, it's not there. What do I do? And as we talk about, like, I don't know if DEI includes this, but diversity, you kind of go like, yo, this is why you need other people in the room.
I literally was about to say that. Man. Ooh.
I hate to say it this way, but I'm not necessarily directly talking about do this for a moral reason. No, this is business. You want your business to be more efficient, you need to know how to effectively reach a specific audience. And right now, you do not have tools to effectively reach our audience.
You're selling yourself short.
We talk about going viral. All they know is the gossip and the negative stuff.
I hate it, man.
Now,
I'm not even mad about that. But at the same time, what else do we as black consumers buy? Yes, people are going to watch the Love and Hip Hops and all that stuff. Do we not go to see August Wilson plays?
Right. Yeah.
Do we not go to cigar lounges, jazz bars?
Bro.
Yeah,
what I mean? Do we not go to book signings?
All my nerds, all my nerds over here at all the cons and whatnot.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Right.
We everywhere.
I'm simply talking about consumerism, bro.
Yeah.
Consumerism. They're not catering to the consumer, bro. And that kind of that gets on my nerves.
Yeah. You kind of what they say, you cut off your nose and spite your face, or like you just not serving black people because
just cause
and you selling yourself short because you could be making all this
Right.
over
And
here.
as much as they talk about how we spend and
Yeah.
like this is what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it goes back to the promotion and the club scene with Sean said it. You know what I'm saying? Like that same spiel. But speaking of promoting to different audiences, like, do you find growing up in the South, is it easier for you to kind of interact with different majority crowds because you've had a Southern experience? You know what I'm saying?
I also want to tie that into like that's a great segue, B, because I've been meaning to touch on this, you know. So I want you to touch on that, but I also want to touch on your experience in New York and connect the two.
Yep.
I've been meaning to ask that. I've been great segue, B.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, for me, I don't feel that my Southern it's hard to say. I don't feel like my outright Southern experience helped me to talk to, I'm gonna say whites in particular, right? Because growing up here, at least when I was growing up, it was Black and Latino. It was really Black and everybody not white together, but more so Black and Latino. So obviously we had the connection. But going to New York, it's one of those weird things, man, because playing high school football, of course there were white people on the team, but when I first moved to New York, I just wasn't used to just talking to white people like in a regular conversation.
Outside of like sports.
Yeah, outside of that, then it's like that was it. And so what happened is, so you're in the city, you talk to a couple people that it was back in the day, it was like a white person had to kind of like do something and let me know they weren't racist. And then it was like that, right?
Yeah.
And then as I'm in the city and you need to like, you learning that, hey man, you're only gonna get certain things at the network. So I was like, oh fuck. So I gotta hang in. So when the green will be all white, sometimes I would leave. Then I was like, y'all see Game of Thrones last night? Yeah, Walking Dead is so good. I literally, I started talking about like sci-fi TV programming, and that was like my end. But then over the years, you just around people and around comedians and different audiences, and then there was the beautiful thing that ended up happening in New York is that eventually everybody just became people. I got so used to being around everybody that over time it didn't really matter anymore. Like the people who I knew who were white, it's like you're Joe more than you're white.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's there and that's cool. And that's what I loved about New York is that, bro, we're from different backgrounds and that's cool. Be you, I'm gonna be me, but we also people. Who gives a fuck? Then the Southern thing comes into play. Then when I'm like in Times Square and you have the white Southerners come up, I can talk to them as Southerners because I'm used to pulling out that human element.
Yeah.
And coming back to the South, they reminded me that because I came back all like, "What's up, everybody?" And then white people, they were just looking at me. I was like, "What's up with you, man?"
Who's this black guy?
Being like so friendly now.
Hey, who is this? Who that nag?
Bro, they weren't giving me what makes you so confident in yourself, boy? Like they were giving me those looks, but
hey, I understand that, Bob Master, but who is this?
Nigga on that nag.
On that nag.
Yo,
bro,
daddy rolling over his grave.
Confident. That was like it was a transition to remembering that. You know what's crazy? Being in New York, I remember I'd be on the phone with my friends. I'm like, nobody wants to be racist anymore. We just want to get money. And then coming back, I was like, "Oh, I forgot."
And you know, that's the beautiful thing. That's the beautiful thing I do love about New York, man. And everybody, and I think you said so many different amazing things of my experiences in New York. I have family from New York, so I've been going back and forth to New York ever since I was little. So it's been the entire summer in New York, then coming back to the South. Even as a little shorty, you know, just getting that exposure to what people, not just black and white, you know, and being in small neighborhoods. So this is the Spanish neighborhood, you know, this is the Haitian neighborhood, you know, this is, you know, the Puerto Rican neighborhood, you know, just seeing all these neighborhoods and they all within a, you know, square mile of each other. Everybody gets along. They mind their business. It's beautiful. So when people get this preconceived notion about New York, and you know, people in New York are rude, like I have to challenge that. Like, have you ever been to New York, or are you just looking to see what people? I hate the word they. They say is people in New York. You know, they being the internet. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, it's just like New York gets such a bad rep for, you know, for what somebody may have experienced, but if you actually experience for yourself, like people in New York are amazing, you know, and you just see and be around it. You know, they mind their business, they get to that money, and they just want everybody to be good for the most part. Yeah, you know, yeah, you're gonna see some stuff that you probably never seen in
craziness.
You can see some stuff. You can see some stuff. So my wife is a travel healthcare professional, so she's always back and forth to New York. New York is like our favorite place to go, not only because my family is there, but because like I just love the environment. You know, so I tell people, if you ever want to come to New York, if you get past the pissy smell, you get past the dope fiend, and you get past the trash, you'll have and mind your business. Those 4 things.
That part.
You will have an amazing time in New York. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you do have some things to overcome, but like you said, in my experience, people are like really nice. You know, I think like the initial just shock.
Yeah.
Well, New York is already honest. Long story short, they're just honest. Meaning, whatever you feel in the moment, you just say it and move past it. And that's really all that's to it. But some people can see that as rude. Like if I'm like in a rush, has nothing to do with you. When you in the way, and I'm like, fuck, move.
Man, I got to get to my train because I can't miss this train.
Yeah.
You're in my way asking me a question.
To be able to be like, fuck, I'm angry. Now you're done with it. You know what I'm saying? You know, down here, we don't really say nothing. Next thing you know, somebody pulled out a gun. It's like, bro, if you could have just said fuck earlier, then, you know what I mean? You would have got that out. You would have go to the gun. So yeah, New Yorkers are just honest, and that's it. You could just say stuff, and nobody freaks
it personally.
Yeah, and that's it. So you can read that it's rude, but it's actually not rude. I know that's probably weird to say. How can you let someone say fuck you when it's not rude? But it's, trust me, when you have the moment where you just want to yell fuck you to somebody, you're gonna appreciate it.
Yeah. Listen. I say it quite a bit, so I know. I get it off my chest. I get that thing up off my chest, boy.
And I remember when I first came back, and I was like, had some issue with the gym, and like I kept mixing up like the appointment times with a personal trainer, and I was like, fuck. I was like, why the fuck do I keep fucking forgetting this shit? He's like, hey man, it's okay. I'm like, no, this isn't me freaking out. I'm just saying fuck.
You just used an expression.
Yeah, I'm just saying fuck. But everybody here is like, no, calm down. It's okay. I'm like, no, this isn't.
I'm calm. I'm good.
You know what, man? You know what? Let's try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's try again tomorrow, man.
Yeah, they all like, oh, never mind, bro.
Yeah. It's different being down in the South, man. It is. I love it. I love being from North Carolina. It may sound like I've been. Yeah. My experiences have made me who I am.
I feel like
I'm thankful for it.
Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm thankful for it. And it shaped me to the man to see the world, but I'm also thankful for being able to go to New York and seeing the different cultures early in my lifetime. So when I'm coming back down south, during my 9th, 10th, 11th grade year, I'm a little bit more polished when it comes to me molding, and then boom, I'm back up, and then going to the other experiences in life where I've been able to see different cultures, not just North Carolina. I think that's where a lot of people mess up in North Carolina. They only stay here, and they are not able to see other states, not even say other states, other cities within North Carolina, then other states, other regions, and so forth. So
yeah,
I'm 100% thankful. I love my state. No matter what, but we got some work to do.
For sure.
No, yeah, I think it's important, like you said, just exposure and seeing how things are in different places. I think it's important for everybody in America, like you said, to just go around this country and help to understand each other. Like the issues that we have sometimes here are exposure. Simply put, like you said in New York, because people like have to interact with each other, it becomes what it becomes. And like sometimes here, when I see a moment, you go like, you don't like interact with somebody other than your own circle enough so that you have more comfort or whatever it is. But yeah, I definitely think people need more exposure to other things. Yeah,
for sure. Man,
what you gonna say, B?
No, I was going to add. I was like, I think the perfect combination is having parents that are from up top, but you grew up down here, and you kind of because I had a similar experience as well. My mom is from Newark, New Jersey, so childhood you go up and down here and there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I mean, the first time, this was like early 2000s. first time I saw niggas in like 5XTs, I was like, what is that? Like first time ever. I was like, yo, what is that? And then 6 months,
everybody in North Carolina had 5.
6 months later, everybody had slouches on in the 5XTs. I'm like, dang, I just
white
seen
tee
that
with the black tee up under it.
I said, kids don't understand. Like that's how stuff traveled back in the day. It was like it happened up north first, and then few months later, you hear the music, you see the style. It's different now because the internet done made the world so much smaller. But that was I remember that. That's a vivid memory as a kid, bro. Like
for sure.
You know, it was like my worldview open. Like, 5XTs, nigga, what? That's
I remember the one guy at school that had it. We was like, what's wrong with you? And the same thing you said. He was from Jersey. And
there you go.
A few later, just as you said,
Man, what's your favorite comic of all time? Who's your favorite comic of all time? And then give me like your top 5 after that.
I was gonna say Mount Rushmore, but
top 5. Oh, same thing.
Yeah, top 5 is better.
Favorite or most admired?
Both.
It depends.
It's tough.
Yeah, because that's too different.
Okay, my favorite is Paul Mooney.
Okay.
I just like to listen to Paul Mooney. It's just like so entertaining just to hear.
Yeah.
Just to hear Mooney just say all the stuff that he says, man.
Yeah.
But I'm bored or just like I could just listen to Paul Mooney to listen to it. As far as most admired, I can't put one in that category.
All right, so just do the Mount Rushmore, the top 5.
But see, as a comic, it's hard to do a Mount Rushmore. Right. You it's so many people to admire and for so many different things that they brought to it. But if we're just talking about, because so many people, man.
Let's do old and new then.
I wouldn't even put it in those categories. I feel you, but I'll say this. I'll say the people I've always looked up to. That way I can like narrow it down. Growing up, for me, it was Martin Lawrence, Jamie Foxx. And then later on, it became Eddie Murphy, and then Dave Chappelle, as far as like, folks that I admire.
Not a bad list.
Yeah. Again, when you start to go the other direction, it's tough, man, because there's so many people that brought so many things.
Jamie Foxx, my favorite one with him was I Might Need Security.
Mm-hmm.
That was like by far my best Jamie Foxx. You know, but he also talked about so much personal things that he made it funny. Just go back to what you was just saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was talking about the Mike Tyson incident, the Prince incident.
And his impersonations too.
LL Cool J,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
man.
Yeah, when him and L got to fight in at that joint. So
Jay, I don't know, it's just funny, man.
What's your best impression? Or do you have a favorite?
I got one that I got one that I was dying. I looked at like, oh my God! But I want you to answer. Then I'm gonna tell you mine.
What was good? Do you say best or favorite?
Or best or favorite, either or. Yeah.
Because the impressions have like evolved for me in the way that I do them. So I guess Obama. That's the one I was going to say. The longest. I've been doing that one the longest because I've had like, so many iterations of Obama jokes over the years or whatever. But that's the one I've been doing along. But it's for me, impressions changed because when I first started, it was like what I did, like only.
Okay.
And then over the years, it became more like a way to accentuate a joke topic.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like because again, bro, there are people like I do voices. Like Obama and that will be what's going to happen if we don't vote.
Do the Malia? Michelle?
The only thing Obama ever did I didn't like when he said black men didn't like their mamas or whatever for Kamala. I was like, Obama.
Bro. Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that? Everything else he was perfect. I was like, Obama, come on. Yeah. Like, because usually he always has something profound. I was like, Yeah. But it became more of a thing because again, there's people like the Jay Farrows, the Godfreys, like
what's my
man?
Know
what I
mean?
mean?
Man from Fayetteville,
Edwards, and I was like, all right, I gotta
You ever done a Denzel impersonation?
Yeah, I like man, I ain't done that one in so long. I used to have a joke back in the day, like if Denzel was president during 9/11.
Mm. That's a hell of a
He
skit, boy. That's a hell of a skit right there.
it was what was the joke? It was okay, all right.
All right.
I'm putting bombs on all you countries. Huh? You think you can do this to me? Like, yeah.
Putting cases on all you.
See, that's what I mean. For me, it's more about the acting. Like that's why I almost don't think I'm nervous because Jay Farrell, man, that guy.
He's crazy. He's
yeah.
Him and I like my man from Fayetteville. What's what's my man name? I know his name. I can't think of it now. I'm on the spot.
From Fayetteville.
He like half black, half Asian. He be doing he do a lot of impressions too.
I don't know him.
No idea,
bro. He's from Fayetteville. Y'all know him. I just can't think of his name right now.
But go back to Jay Farrell.
It'll come back.
One of my favorite Jay Farrell skits is when he got Denzel and all of them are sitting in the table, training day, flight, and they playing cards.
I drank.
Oh, man.
I drank on all those days.
I drank on all those days.
Wait, was that Jay Farrell? Was that
Jay Farrell was one of them.
he was in it. Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, Jay Farrell was one of them.
Okay, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Dang, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's gonna come back.
But that was also the thing. I remember, like when I first started, I watched Denzel movies every day. So of course I'm gonna take Denzel. And at that time, it was Ari Spears, Dean Edwards, and I think his name was Reggie Reg. This guy that did a Denzel in person, right?
Avion Crockett. That's his name.
Oh, Afion Crockett.
He's from Fayetteville.
Afion Fayetteville. I didn't know he was from Fayetteville. That's why I would have never guessed it. I didn't know he was from Fayetteville. But then, like, as the internet progressed, the whole internet started impersonating Denzel. So it's like, to put Denzel in your stand-up act now is kind of tricky just because it's so
many.
Like your boy from Wild 'N Out. I can't remember his name, but
C King.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, C King.
He might be the best Denzel.
Bro, he is the best Denzel. There's nobody. I don't think I'm
familiar with him.
You familiar with him? You seen him?
No. Yeah.
There's no way you haven't seen him, bro.
King, bro.
See, you said C King.
C King.
C King. Yeah.
Like a letter C.
He's been on Wild 'N Out recently, like quite a bit.
Like even Guy for himself would be like, "No, C King."
I think his takes the cake, bro. He's my
yeah.
He might be the best.
Yeah.
No, it's no Mike.
Yeah. Okay, I had to look him up. I had to look him up real quick. Yeah.
Bro. The way you were like, wait a minute, is that? Oh, that's him. Yeah. No, he's got that Denzel like on top, man. But that presents a challenge sometimes to like impersonation, man. Go ahead.
You know, I was just gonna say, a lot of trajectories for comedians. You going through the gauntlet. You going through all the shows, doing all the major clubs. You know, especially New York. I hear New York is like that's the place you have to go if you're a comic. Do you see yourself moving to film, acting, things of that nature? Like, what's next for you outside of comedy? Because comedy, I understand, never stops really.
You know, that's a challenge because of like where the overall entertainment business has gone, and that's honestly something I'm still trying to figure out, man. Just because to say, hey, I want to act isn't as many opportunities to act as it used to be because Hollywood barely makes anything now.
Yeah.
No, so to say I want to be an actor, it's like, well, when are you gonna do it? You know, and that's, to me, that's the fun part about performing is the doing it. Yeah, you want to be famous, you want, hey, clap for me, yeah, but the doing it is the fun part, and they just don't do it like that in Hollywood. So I honestly, man, I'm still kind of thinking on that, you know, whether it would be like, I know I 1000% enjoy writing, so hopefully it'll be a thing where I write and film something on my own.
Yeah.
That's kind of the only thing that I would say I hope, because like I said, I really enjoy writing at this stage of things. So
fire, man. Hey, where can the folks reach you, man? On all the socials.
At Quan Wiggins. If you put in Quan Wiggins on anything online, my stuff will come up. Whatever the platforms, put in Quan Wiggins.
That's the best way to do it. Keep it simple as possible, man. Damn, this was a dope interview, bro. What you got, Shetty?
I do want to circle back to a few different things, and it's just really about where you are in your place, and trajectory for your future. Just 2 questions. What is one place that you want to perform before your time is over in comedy?
Okay. One thing I've always
your dream venue.
Yeah.
Okay, you said venue or place, or like
either one.
Okay. Well, I would love to like do a show in Africa and like French one day. I took French in school, and I'm not fluent now, but that's something to work towards. But I would love to just do a show in the motherland, and just connect with the folk. And it's interesting to see how like humor translates. But that's something I've always wanted to do, because I feel like oftentimes when we say, hey, I want to be an international star, we never go internationally into the Black world. And that's what I would like to do at a point. Yeah.
That's fire.
And last question before we wrap it up. You touched a little bit about, writing jokes and things like that earlier, man. If and when would you write for someone? And if so, who?
I don't know about writing for some, because that's a challenge how that usually works. But if there was someone say, hey, I'm hosting the Oscars, I'd love you to be a writer for that.
Because that's different than just a standard set.
Yeah, because you usually don't do it in that regard.
Okay.
If there's a TV show like they have, then that's a possibility. But also like the Oscars is something that would happen. If I could write for somebody, who would I want to? I've never been asked that, so I've never thought about it. And
oh man, I got you stumped, man. Oh
yeah. That might be a. I'm not sure, man.
But you got to throw that on the vision board.
yeah. I'm not sure, but if it was a person you want to work with, I think I would have Kevin Hart, man, just because. Yeah. Just all the things that he's done. I would just like to be in a room just to see how he moves and how he works, just to soak that up. Because
and you know what, I love what Kevin Hart he does for like the younger comedians that's coming into the you look at Kai
Cenat.
Yes, Cenat. I don't know why I had trouble. It's the whiskey. It's whiskey. Him and Drewski, how he's just really taking them under their wing, and he's utilizing his platform to. Even though, those two gentlemen had their own following, but Kevin Hart is now showing them the business. This is how you do things. You now see them on award shows alongside Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is going to their streaming services. I love what he's doing to the younger comedians and, and the streamers, and allowing them to, flourish in their own space, but also giving them quote unquote OG Big Brother advice, and I think that'll be super dope. To go back to what you just said, just be in a room to obtain his influence, obtain his thought process, how he would do things, and you never can take that mentorship. You can take that mentorship as far as you want to.
Yeah, I think I think I agree with everything you just said, but also on the flip side, it's like, hey. When you are OG in the game, it's like you got to stay relevant. You got, what I'm saying. So it's a mutually beneficial,
true
relationship too. At the same time,
it's brilliant. But he could also be a jerk about it.
Oh, facts, facts.
Find a way to use their platform. He could have just came with their stream and then never did anything for him. But which doing something for him still will overall help his overall brand.
Yeah.
But man, when you in this business, bro, it's a way that people do business. It's just for them, and it's another way they do it where you go, hey, I got something out of this too, which is rare. So, yeah, man. But to see, y'all remember when Grown Little Man came out?
Yep.
First episode. I remember at that time. I don't. You know what? Now I remember where I got the idea from. Was seeing him live. I always forget that.
You saw Kevin Hart?
Yeah. I had this girl I was dating at the time who knew I wanted to do something, and so she took me to see Kevin Hart at Charlie Goodnight's back in the day. And that was obviously a seed to like want to do stand up, but also just remembering seeing him at that. This is a club show. This is like a 250 seater or 200 seater. And then seeing, because the industry gave him so much, and then he grew the rest himself. So you kind of, hey man, just let me see how you work, brother. Because you did something that's really amazing. And as far as I can tell, in this era, that's unique to him.
Yeah.
He's the first one to do what he did, like in terms of, like you said, the era and the world that we live in now. He's adapted to.
He's adapted so much.
Yeah.
You go back to his first movie. I think his first movie flopped, didn't it?
That's what he said. But it's one of those weird things where he says it flops, but if like as he tells the story, it makes sense because it was a hood classic. Though I didn't see it. Paper Soldiers.
Yeah.
Everybody in the hood was talking about it. I didn't see it. And then Soul Plane, I'm like, yo, that was a huge movie, but he was like, yeah, it wasn't what I needed it to be. I'm like, okay, us.
Box office, no. Cultural, yes.
Right. Which is, that's why it's interesting to hear them say these things because, like you said, in the culture, we like, hey, man, we liked it. So
that means they got bootlegged quite a bit.
Right, which is what he said. Which was he's always said the best worst thing.
Yep. But yeah, man, look, I appreciate you taking out the time to hop on the pod, man. It's been a little minute trying to nail down a time and date. Everybody got different schedules, but we're happy to have you, man. The Gentleman's Guide. Like I said, this is what it's all about. Bringing on guys from different walks of life. You on your grind, trying to get to that bag, get to that never ending hike to wherever you want to go. That's what it's all about, man. It's all about the journey. That's what Kobe said. It's like championship is great, but it's all about the journey. That's really what makes you who you are.
Yep, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You got any upcoming shows that people can catch you in the city or in the nearby?
Yeah, man. I have a few, but I think most recently, upcoming, I'll be in the North Carolina's Funniest competition, the final round of that. That's July 20th.
And that's my birthday. That's what's up.
That's next Sunday.
Yeah, coming up.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro.
See, that's the main thing right now.
Hold on, where that's at?
At Good Nights.
What time?
Raleigh.
7:00.
Hold on. I'm flying back. I'll be flying back in to the country on Sunday.
That's my birthday. Actually, I might have to pull up. Cause I'm not a big birthday celebration guy. Like I don't really do nothing special, but just to go somewhere, chill, just relax. That's what I'm all about. I'm not a big turn up guy. Y'all
would have come. Let me know. I'll be able to get y'all some tickets or whatever.
Yeah, that might be the move.
I'm flying back in the country. We'll talk
for sure.
Yeah,
you got my number. I sent you my number, bro. So you
got I got your number. So
yeah, that might be the move. Yeah,
work that out.
Hey man, Gentleman's Guide, man, it's been super dope, man. I'm a definitely take a drink as we close out. Thank you for the fellowship, the brotherhood, and to you making prosperous move in the future. The journey in which you've bestowed upon, man. This has been an amazing episode. So the Gentleman Guy, we out, man.
Yes,
toast.
Hey man, thank y'all for having me, man, and thank y'all for the platform.